Does Shakespeare speak to everyone?
Yes, I think to some degree he does because most of his work explores human nature, which applies to all of us. And also, his characters are pretty diverse. They all have different motivations. So, I think many of us can relate to at least one of the characters.
So, do you think that Shakespeare should be studied for aesthetic worth?
Yeah, I think a great part of why we should study Shakespeare is because, the poetic and metaphoric language is so beautiful, and there are so many brief, witty sayings that are so thought-provoking, such as fair is foul and foul is fair. Or the other day, my chemistry teacher actually used the expression, there is method in the madness. Yeah.
Um, so, what's your stance on the traditionalist claim of the common values linked to the expression of universal appeal?
So, from my point of view, Shakespeare explores a lot of universal questions, such as we could say gender roles and human nature, whether God exists, questions like that. And those are ideas that transcend time and setting. But I don't think he actually gives answers to those questions. So he raises a lot of questions without really telling you what to think, and I think that's devalued in his work. Is that there's a lot of ambiguity.
Okay. So, what's your stance on the cultural materialistic claim of Shakespeare's fame coming from sheer luck?
I'm not a person who believes in sheer luck. I think it's because from the few, couple of plays I've read of Shakespeare, I do think the text itself holds a lot of worth and value. And I think for anybody to become successful or famous, it's partially their own talent and the quality of their work, but and a bit of luck as well. But I would call it more probably fate or destiny. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Do you think Shakespeare should be studied for aesthetic worth? What is your stance on the traditionalist claim of his common values linked to expression of universal appeal?
I wouldn't say that Shakespeare should be studied for its aesthetic worth. I mean, yes, maybe to some people Shakespeare is beautiful. For me, it's probably just more convenient. I'm not too sure whether you could say that Shakespeare's work has common values. I mean, to me, a lot of Shakespeare's work isn't so much about values, but it's more about entertainment, well-worded entertainment. And I'm not sure if it has universal appeal because it has universal appeal, or just simply because people have, I guess, hyped up
Do
Shakespeare.
you think Shakespeare is connected to political and historical matters?
No, actually, I suppose so. I mean, some of his plays, like Julius Caesar, maybe even Richard II, I think, that those have historical links to them as well as political. But I wouldn't say it has broad or even I wouldn't say it has any broad political connections to anything.